I mean, it's just sad, man, because, if you go nowadays in the church, it's like you have to look a certain way to get anything done. Basically, it's like, once you grow your mustache, it's like that's just like being circumcised, you know what I'm saying? And then, you're set in the church. You got a voice in the church. That's what happens, And I'm like, you know what? If I grow my mustache, if I grow my hair out a little bit more, nappy, uneven fro, basically, if I look like Borat, I'm gonna be secretary of the church. That's the way we gotta look at it, right? They'll be like, oh, he's number one. He's getting on board now. Let's make him secretary of the church, right? They're looking at the outer things, all right? That's just how it is, all right? That's just what it is about, all right? But I don't want y'all to grow your mustaches out and grow your uneven froze, all right? There's something deeper than that. It's about the heart, all right? That's the main thing I want to get out of this, okay, guys? Yes, the church is in this state right now. We see the state of the church. So now, when I want to look at the next message, and that's the end of this message, I hope you understood the basis of it, and that our church is very much like the Jewish church back then and the Pharisees, leaders of those people. So the next message, I want to outline more of what kind of actions need to be taken to propel the church over that hump. Because we looked at, Peter, we looked at other apostles, maybe even Paul, and see what they did to do things. That's something we got to, people always want to say, don't worry, I'm almost done. I know time's almost up. But people always say, oh, the Bible was written 2,000 years ago. What's it got to do with me? But once you understand that there's very things that are very similar to what's going on back then, look, history repeats itself. The people that are idiots is that they don't know the history and they just keep repeating it. But once you know, look, there's something that's very similar to what's going on back then, you can see what they did in the Bible. And that's what we're going to look at in the next message is what they did in the Bible to change this church from this narrow-gated religion to an open faith, bringing people to Christ and bringing them eternal life.